Yesterday we have, wind up the class with a cylinder, right? So now let's try to solve another similar question relating to cylinder, okay? It says here that the capacity of a cylindrical tank is 1848 meter cube. And diameter of its piece is 14 meter. Find the depth. So this is not a very difficult question. It's a direct question itself. So it says here that the capacity. So capacity, always remember, okay, in case you're not confused, you're a bit confused about whether it be area or volume, always look at the unit, okay? Since it's to the power 3, so to the power 3 will always be volume, okay? If you're confused whether, and you know that there is here, what the question says that it's not given that the volume, okay? It says that it's the capacity. So, and if you're a bit confused during the exam hall, on what it is, always look at the unit, na? Meter cube to volume, na? Which means capacity is equal to volume is nothing but 1848 meter cube. Okay, now the diameter is given. Diameter is 14 meter, which means radius is half of that, right? 7 meter. Now, if you look at the volume of a cylinder, we know that the volume is by r square h, right? So 1848. And if you have to separate the head edge, since we have to find the depth, right? So depth is nothing but the height, okay, here. Because a cylinder will look like this. This is the radius, and this height is the depth. So height is 1848 divided by r square, which is nothing but 1848 divided by 22 by 7 into radius is radius is 7 into 7. So the answer that we get here is 12 meter. So this is how we solve a question relating to finding the radius, okay, from the volume. Now let's come to another question. It's clear here, right? Don't get confused. When it says volume, it means when we say volume, it means the capacity, okay? So you may say the capacity of a tank, you know, a capacity of a square cuboidal tank may also be there, you know, something like that. So when we say capacity, yeah.
Would you mind explaining it again a little slower?
Yeah. So in the given question, it says that, where was the question? Yeah. So it says here that the volume is, no, capacity. It says that the capacity of cylindrical tank, right? Capacity of cylindrical tank is 1848 meter cube. Okay. So what it means here is that the capacity is nothing but the volume. Okay. So this is what a cylindrical tank will look like. Okay. So it has a circular top and a circular base with a radius r and h. Right. This is what a cylindrical tank will look like, and the capacity, whatever capacity it has, it is capacity. It will be the volume. Okay. Now we know that the volume of a cylinder is nothing but by r square h, right? This is the formula for volume of a cylinder. Now, it's given in the question that the height, that is the depth, okay, it's the same meaning. Height and the depth will be the same meaning, is Oh, it's not given. We have to find it. But the diameter of the base is 14 meter, which means the radius will be half of the diameter, right? Radius is equal to diameter by 2, okay? By 2 is equal to 7 meter. Okay. Now, if we look at it, the question, we know that it's already given that volume kimana se by r square h, right? Volume, the formula of a volume is volume of a cylinder is by r square h. Now, area given as 1848. Now, in order to find the height, right? The question is that is being asked is the depth of the tank, which is nothing but the height, right? So depth is equal to height is equal to, you just take pi r square to the other side, 1848 divided by pi r square, right? Now you substitute the value for pi and r square, which is 1848 divided by 22 into 22 will be 7 into radius is 7 into 7. Now 7 and 7 you remove and you solve it, and then you'll get it as 12 meter. Are you clear?
There, thank you.
Okay. So now let's move to another question. It says that the 2.2 cubic decimeter of lead is to be grown into a cylindrical wire of 0.50 centimeter in diameter. Find the length of wire. Given question. So this is a question, okay? Now it says that we have a specific quantity of lead is there, right? We have a specific quantity or volume, right, of lead. We don't know what the shape is, okay? What the shape of that lead is, but we just know that the volume is 2.2 cubic decimeter, right? Now, see that whatever lead we have, okay, whatever lead we have, that is the 2.2 cubic decimeter, we have to make it into the lead, okay? This is the lead of 2.2 cubic decimeter. We have to convert it into a wire, okay? A cylindrical wire. So the question that is already, and this wire has a diameter of 0.50 centimeter, okay? So we are going to make that lead into a long wire, which has a radius, which has a diameter of 0.50 centimeter, okay? Now we just have to find out what the this length of the wire is. So since the same quantity of lead is used to make the wire, right? So volume will be same, right? When we are dealing with volume or quantity, now you just remember it's the volume, okay? So which means the same amount of the same volume of lead is being used to make the wire. Now this is a direct question, okay? So we know diameter is how much? 0.50 centimeter, right? Now you just convert that into meter, okay? Diameter is equal to 0.50 divided by 100 meter, right? Now again, what we have, volume is 2.2 cubic decimeter, right? So 1 decimeter is equal to 10 centimeter, or 1 decimeter is equal to 1 by 10 of a meter, okay? Okay, so that is 2.2 decimeter cube, right? So 2.2 by 10 to the power, oh, so sorry, wait. So 2.2 decimeter cube, right? 1 decimeter cube is equal to 10, right? Is equal to 2.2 by 1123 meter cube. Now we have everything in meter, right? We have converted everything to meter. Now we just have to substitute the value, right? Now volume is equal to 2.2 by 1000. Volume is nothing but by r square h, right? So by which we have to find out the, so in this case, the length becomes the height, okay? Because this cylinder is slipping, right? If you put it in the standing form, it will be something like this, right? The same cylinder. So this becomes the length becomes the height. So height is nothing but 2.2 by 1000 into 1 by, you bring the numerator becomes denominator, right? By r square. So it's equal to 2.2 by 1000 into 1 by 22 by 7 into radius. We got, this is the diameter, right? So we find the radius. Radius is equal to 0.50. Again, we will have to divide it by 2. 2 into 100 into 0.50 by 2 into 100 whole square. If you solve this, then you will get the answer as 112 meter. Did you guys get this? Or you want me to explain it a bit more?
Once more.
Once more, nah? So the question, it says that so it's so unit of conversion, the first I'm there, kilometer. Then next is what? Kilometer, meter, decimeter, centimeter, millimeter, okay? Yeah. Then this one also 10, and this one though 1000 times, right? So 1 kilometer is 1000 meter. 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. 1 decimeter is equal to 10 centimeter, and 1 centimeter is equal to 10 meter, okay? So this it is a conversion of the units. We have a specific quantity of lead, okay? This is the lead that we have, it's given in the question, and this is 2.2 cubic decimeter, right? You just write like this, okay? So this is the lead that we have. This is the volume, na? Meter cube, I say, so it is the volume. We have to convert it into a wire, a very long cylindrical wire. So a long wire will be something like this. It's in the form of a cylinder. And this cylinder has a diameter of 0.50 centimeter, okay? Now we have to find out the length of this wire, okay? How long the wire it will be, which is this length can be simply represented as height, right? In a cylinder, when it comes to a cylindrical system. Now, let's just, since this is given in decimeter cube and this is given in the centimeter, no, let's all convert it to meter, okay, first. Or you can convert it to centimeter also, but it becomes a very big unit. So somewhere between that, we'll convert it first into meter, okay? So volume is 2.5 decimeter cube, right? So it's equal to 2.5 into 1 by 10 meter whole cube, okay? Because 1 meter is equal to 1 by 10. 1 decimeter is equal to 1 by 10 meter, na? So you'll get it as 2.5 by 1 1000. 10 to the power 3 is 1000, right? M to the power 3 is meter cube, right? So this is the volume, and this is the diameter. Diameter is equal to 0.50 centimeter is equal to 0.50 by 100 meter, right? So radius will be half of diameter. So 0.50 divided by 100 in half, right? Half meter. So we already know the formula of a volume, right? Volume of a cylinder is how much? Pi r square h, right? And this volume that we have is given in the question, okay, actually. So it's 2.5 by 1000 meter cube. Always remember to, while solving now, always remember that it's in the same unit, okay? Square roots, cube root, that's a different matter, but it should be in the same unit, na? Meter whole unit. Everything should be in meter. If it is in centimeter, then everything should be in centimeter, okay? It doesn't matter which unit you are using, but it should be in the same unit. Now we'll have to find the length, right? Length here is the height. Height is equal to, yes? Oh, sorry, 2.2, right? The question, sorry. It's 2.2, 2.2. 2.2 by 1000 into, if you bring the these things from the left side to the right side, the numerator becomes the denominator, right? So 1 by r square. So it's equal to 2.2 by 1000 into 1 by 22 by 7 into 0.50 by 2 into 100 whole square. If you solve this, you will get the answer as 112, okay? Got it? Clear, this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm not solving these things and showing you, okay? You can do it now. Solve Guru Lido.
Yes.
This one, the one below the denominator will come up again, right? So it will be 2.2 by 1000 into, these things will go up, 7 into 2 into 100 into 2 into 100 divided by 22 into 0.50 into 0.50. So you just solve it. This is the 10 times 0, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if you solve, then you'll get it as 1, 2, okay? 112 meter. Oh, sorry. It's not 112, it's 12 meters, sorry. 12 meters. So the answer is 12 meter. Nope. It's 112. Yes, 112. One question. How many iron rods each of length 7 meter and diameter 2 centimeter can be made out of 0.88 cubic meter of iron, okay? So it says that we have a given quantity of iron, okay? So it says that we have a certain quantity of iron, and this quantity of iron is 0.88 cubic meter, okay? Now, with this quantity of iron, we are going to convert it into iron rods, okay? We are converted into iron rods. So all the iron rods are identical, okay? Which means it has the same height and it has the same radius, okay? We have to convert it into iron rods. Each of this length is 7 meter and the diameter is 2 centimeter, okay? So it has a diameter of 2 centimeter and height of 7 centimeter. We have to see how many rods can be made out of this, okay? How many rods can be made out of this? So you try to solve this question. The question is like the way to solve is like that. Like this, first you just convert all the these units into SEM, okay? Since here it is meter, this is meter, and this is centimeters. You first convert it into a common unit, and after that you see this volume and volume of one cylinder will be consider the number of iron rods made as N, okay? So it will be like this. Volume of this iron will be equal to N times the volume of one cylindrical rods, okay? So kindly solve this question. And let me know the answer also. First, just convert all the units into the same unit. And after that, you just find the, you just use the formula that volume of this iron will be equal to N times the volume of the iron rods, na? You guys get the answer? How many number of rods can be formed? Okay, we know that in the question is given that the volume of the iron is 0.88 cubic meter, right? So this is the volume of the iron that has been given. We don't know what the shape is. It may be in deform, or it may be shape of a rectangular block or anything. So, but this is not important. But we just have to know that this is the volume of the iron that has been given, right? Now we are going to cast it into a number of cylindrical rods, right? Which are of the same shape and size. So volume of one cylindrical rod is equal to, the formula is pi r square h, right? So pi is 22 by 7 into, now diameter is 2 centimeter, right? So diameter is 2 centimeter. But before we do that, let's just convert it into meter, okay? Diameter is equal to 2 centimeter is equal to 2 by 100 meter, right? And radius will be half of this, right? Again, so it will be 2 by 100 into 1 by 2 meter. So it will be 1 by 100 meter, 1 by 100 into 1 by 100, 1 by 100 into height. What is the height? It's given that the length of each cylindrical rod is 7, right? So we get it here as 7 cancel is 22 by 10000 cubic meter. So the volume of iron, the raw iron that we have is 0.88 cubic meter. And in order to cast one cylindrical rod, the volume of iron required is 22 by 10,000, right? Now, we know that the volume of iron will be N times, consider N as the number of cylindrical rods formed, okay? N times into volume of cylindrical rods, right? You got this one, right? Did you get this? How it came into being? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got it now, because see, we are using the given quantity of iron to make into a number of cylindrical rods. We just have to know how many cylindrical rods can be formed out of that iron, okay? So it will be 0.88 is equal to n into 22 by 10,000. So n is equal to 0.88 into 10,000 divided by 22.4. So it will 0.04. 0.04. It will be 400. So the number of rods formed will be 400, okay? So this iron can form 400 numbers of cylindrical rods. Okay, this is what a question is saying. You got it, not this question? Let's come to this is questions relating to cylinder, now cones, okay? So we have a cone, okay? Cone. It says that in the question, it says that the cone has a radius of 21 centimeter and has a height of 28 centimeter. So this is the height, okay? The total height, the straight height. We have to find the slant height, volume, curved surface area, and total surface area. So slant height L is equal to root over r square plus h square. Volume is nothing but, remember, 1/3, right? Of the volume of a cylinder by r square h. Curved surface area is by RL, and total surface area is by RL plus, that's the curved surface area plus area of a circular base. So kindly solve this question. It's a direct question. And let me know the answer also. What is the value of slant height that you get?
35.
35, na? Okay. 5 centimeter. Volume? So volume is a big number. So you get something around 12936, okay? Centimeter cube. What about curved surface area and the total surface area. Your answer should be somewhere along 2310 centimeter square and 3696 centimeter square. Okay? So these are the values that you should get for slant height, the volume, the curved surface area, and a total surface area. Question is, find the length of the canvas. Find the length of the canvas of 1.25 meter wide required Find the length of the canvas of 1.25 meter required to build a conical tent of base radius 7 meter and height 24 meter. Okay. Now here it says that there is a canvas. Okay. So all canvas or all cloth material comes in rectangular form. You have to remember that. So it has a length of, we don't know the length. Okay. We have to find out the length of this canvas, but it says that the width has a breadth has a 1.25 meter. Nah? So this is the given canvas. Okay. Now we are going to make it into a tent. Okay. And the tent is in the shape of a conical conical tent. So we are going to convert it into a conical tent. And it says that the conical tent has a base radius of 7 meter. Okay. This radius is 7 meter. Radius is 7 meter and has a height of 24 meter. Height is equal to 24 meter. So what is the length of this canvas that we require to make it at the conical tent? This is what the question is being asked. Now you have to remember that in a conical tent, we don't use the material on the base, right? Well, while constructing a tent, we only use it at the top, right? So what type of surface area are we going to use for? Total surface area or curved surface area we'll find here. Can someone tell me? We won't use the base. So it will be curved surface area or the total surface area.
Curved surface area.
Yeah, curved surface area. So whatever canvas that we have, right? This canvas, we are only going to use it to build the top part of the tent, right? Nichitito, we are not going to use that to pitch the tent, right? We are just going to wrap it around the sides of the cone. So the area of material here, the area of cone, the curved surface area of the cone will be equal to the area of canvas required, right? So the curved surface area of the cone will be equal to the area of canvas required. ठीक है? So curved surface area of a cone is nothing but pi RL, right? And area of this canvas will be length into 1.25 meter, right? Now we don't know what the L is, right? But L formula is simple, h square plus r square, right? So it will be 7 square plus 24 square. It will be 625. 625 is nothing but the square of 25. Nah? So L into 1.25 is equal to pi is 22 by 7 into radius is 7 and slant height is 25. So 7 length is equal to 22 into 25 divided by 1.25 and 440 meter, which means we require a length of 4. So in order to pitch a tent, a conical tent having a height of 24 meter and a width of radius of 7 meter, we will require a cloth or a canvas of width 1.25 meter having a length of 440 meter, na? 440 meter. So this is the way to solve this question, okay? Now let's deal with cone and ratio, okay? A question having both cone and a ratio. So we have here height of two circular cones are in ratio of 1:2. And perimeter of the bases are in ratio of 3:4. Find the ratio of the volume. In this question, they are giving us two circular cones, okay? Two circular cones. Circular cones simply means the base is circular. So these are the two circular cones that has been given in the question. So we don't know what the height is, right? We don't know what this height is. We don't know what this height is. We don't know what the radius is, or we don't know what the radius of the bigger cone also. However, it says here that the perimeter of the bases are in the ratio of 3:4. Now, perimeter of bases is ratio is 3:4 now. Now, suppose we take the radius of the small cone as r and the radius of the big cone as r. So, perimeter of the base circular means circumference of the small circle by circumference of big circle is equal to 3/4. ঠিক আছে? Perimeter of the base, because the base is circular, right? Base is circular. So perimeter of the base ratio will be the circumference of the small cone and the circumference of the bigger cone. So we know that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, and circumference of the bigger circle will be 2 pi r is equal to 3/4. Pi is cancelled, so we know that the ratio of the radius is 3/4. And height of the two cylindrical cone is given as 1:2, right? So which means ratio of the height is equal to 1/2. Now, ratio of volumes is equal to small volume by big volume, right? Small volume देखिए ऐसे 1/3 by r square h by 1/3 by r square h. 1/3 cancel. Pi and pi also you can cancel, right? Now we have r square by h, r square into h by r square into h, right? Now you separate these two. R square by r square into h by h. Now r square by r square, you can just simply write it as r by r whole square into h by h, right? Now you just substitute the value. R by r is 3/4 whole square into 1/2, which we get it as 3 3s are 9, 4 16, 16 2s are 32. So ratio of the volume will be in the form of 9:32. Is it clear, this question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I go fast, and kindly let me know, okay? Now let's try to see another question. Radii of the bases of a cylinder and cone are in ratio of 3:4. Their heights are in ratio of 2:3. Find the ratio of their volumes. So here we have a cylinder and a cone, okay? We have a cylinder and we have a cone. So these are two different three-dimensional figures that has been given in the question. Now they have not given what the they have not given us what the radius or the height is. So but we can consider this as R and this as H. Similarly, we can consider for cone, we can use the small letter R and height as small h. Now here it's given that heights are in the ratio of 2:3, which means height by h is equal to 2/3. And radius are in the ratio of 3/4. So capital radius by R is equal to 3/4. Find the ratio of the volume. So kindly solve this. Find the volume of cylinder by volume of cone. Find this ratio. And please let me know the answer also. Answer. So volume of a cylinder would be by R square H, okay? And volume of a cone would be 1/3 by R square H. Just arrange the R's and the H, okay? And then find the answer. With the answer. So by you can cancel. So 3 though you could go up. So R square in 3 into R square by R square into H by H, right? Which means 3 into R by R whole square into H by H. So 3 into R by R is 3/4 whole square into H by H is 2/3. 3 cancel. So you'll get it here as 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 3 are 9 by 16 into 2 to 8. So answer will be in the form of 9:8. Lastly, we'll come to cone, okay? Sorry, spherical. objects or spheres. So we have, suppose, find the volume and surface area of a sphere of radius 10.5 centimeter. So this is a direct question, okay? So radius is 10.5 centimeter. Now we know that volume of a sphere is nothing but 4 by 3 by r cube, right? So if you substitute the value, you'll get the answer. Similarly, surface area is nothing but 4 by r square. Which will, if you substitute the value, these two value, you will get it as 4851, and this will get as 1386. Okay, so these are direct only. So you just remember the volume of a cylinder is 4 by 3 pi r cube, and surface area is nothing but 4 pi r square. Okay, so which means surface area is 4 times the radius area of a square, not 4 times the area of a square. So surface area of a sphere is 4 times the area of a square formula, na? I'm not explaining that question, okay? It's a direct question only. Next question. It says that if the radius of a sphere is increased by 50%, find the increase percent in volume and surface area, okay? So in this, it says that we have a sphere. We have a sphere. So we don't know what the radius is, what the, what the volume is, or what the surface area also. It's just given that there's a sphere. Now it says we will consider the radius of the sphere as r, okay? As the r. Now this circle is this sphere is converted into another sphere, a bigger sphere, whose radius has increased by 50%, which means the new radius is increased by 50%, okay? Now we have to find how much there has been an increase in the volume and surface area in the new sphere, okay? Do once more, there is a sphere and we'll consider the radius as r. Now this radius has been increased by 50%. This is in the new sphere, okay? It has been increased by 50%. We just have to see how much there has been a change in the volume and the surface area. Nah? So it's something related to volume, surface area, and percentage. Nah? Now, we'll consider the radius as r. As r, right? Now, new radius r is equal to how much? It has been increased by 50%, okay? Which means r plus 50% of r, nah? 50% increase, which means we have to add another 50%, nah? So it's r plus 50 by 100, r is equal to 52. R plus r by 2 is equal to 3r by 2. So the new radius is 3r by 2, okay? Now let's find out the original volume is 4 by 3 by r cube, right? And new volume will be by 3 by r cube. Now 4 by 3 by how much is the r value of r? 3r by 2 whole cube, right? So if you solve it, you will get it as 4 by 3 pi into 3 into 3 into 3 by 2 into 2 into 2 r cube. Nah? So the answer is 9 by r cube by 2. Okay. So this is the original volume, and after increasing the radius by 50%, this is the radius that we get. Okay. Now we have to find the increase in the percentage. Okay. Now first let's check how much has been increased. Increase in volume is equal to the bigger volume 9 by r cube by 2 minus small sphere, right? We'll subtract the difference. We'll try to find out. So by r cube is common, so we'll just take it out of the bracket for some time. So 9 by 2 minus 4 by 3. So LCM we find 6. Is equal to 19 by 6 by r cube, right? So this is the increase in the volume. Okay. So this was the original volume, and by increasing the radius by 50%, the new volume of the sphere becomes this much. Now the difference between these two, how much volume has been increased? This is 19 by 6 by r cube. Now percentage increase will be nothing but the difference divided by volume into 100%, right? This is how we find the percentage. So it will be, the difference is 19 by 6 by r cube by 9 by 2 by r cube into 100 by r cube, you cancel it. Difference divided by original volume. Okay, this is original volume. So original volume is 4 by 3 by r cube, sorry. 19 by 6 by 4 by 3. So you will get it as 19 by 6 into 3 by 4 into 100%. 3 to the 6. 3 to the 6. And this answer will be divided by 4 percentage. Then 0.5%. So by increasing the radius by 50%, the percentage increase in the volume is 237%. Okay. You got this one? Understood? Should I explain once more, or should I just go for the surface area? Once more. Hello? Hello? Should I explain it once more, or once more, nah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we have the question says that if the radius is increased by 50%, now what is the percentage change in the volume and the surface area? Now have sphere, okay? We don't know what the radius is, what the volume is, these are. Now this is converted into another, we don't know what the radius one is also, but we know that as per the question, the radius has been increased by 50%, 50% increase. So naturally there will be an increase in, since the sphere is getting bigger, right? So there will be an increase in volume and surface area, right? So we just have to find what percentage has been increased, okay? How much percentage has been increased? That is the one, that's the value we have to find. Now in the original sphere, we'll consider the radius as r. In the new sphere, we'll consider radius as r. Okay, but that the radius has been increased by 50%, which means it has been r, right, plus increased by 50%. Now in the new 50% of r, r plus 50% of r, which means increased by 50%. So it's r plus 50 by 100 r is equal to r plus r by 2 is equal to 3 by 2 r. So the new radius is 3 by 2 r, right? So this is the original radius and this is the new radius. Now, original volume is nothing but 4 by 3 by r cube, right? And new volume is equal to 4 by 3 by r cube. Now we know the value of r. It says that r is how much? 3 by 2 r whole cube. So if you expand this, you'll get 4 by 3 by into 3 by 2 into 3 by 2 into 3 by 2 into r cube, right? And this one we get it as 3 3 is a 9, 9 by 2 by r cube, right? So original volume is this one. New volume is this one. Now we have to find out how much has been increased, okay? How much has been increased in the volume in terms of percentage, okay? And in order to do that, first we have to find out what is the difference between the new volume and the original volume. Difference is equal to 9 by 2 by r cube minus 4 by 3 by r cube. Here by r cube and by r cube is common, right? So we'll put it outside the bracket. 9 by 2 minus 4 by 3 by r cube. So 27 minus 8 by r cube is equal to 19 by 6 by r cube. So this is the difference, okay? So if we increase the radius by 50%, there will be an increase in the volume by this much. Now, the question is not in terms of value, okay? It is the question that is being asked is in terms of percentage. So percentage increase is equal to difference, right? Difference by original into 100%. Okay? So difference is how much? 19 by 6 by r cube. What is the original volume? 4 by 3 by r cube into 100%. So by r cube cancel. We have 19 into 3 by 6 into 4 into 100. And if we try to solve this, you'll get it as 237.5%. So by increasing the radius by 50%, the increase in the volume is by 235.5%. Clear now? Now this is for volume, okay? Now we have, similarly, we have to also search for surface area now. So surface area, original surface area is nothing. How much is it? What is the formula for surface area of a sphere? It is 4 by r square, right? New surface area is equal to 4 by r r 4 by r square. So 4 by, we know that the radius is how much? Radius is 3 by 2 r, right? 3 by 2 r is equal to 4 pi into 9 by 4 r square is equal to 9 by r square. So this is the old surface area. This is the new surface area. Difference is equal to 9 minus 4 is how much? 5 by r square, right? And in terms of percentage, it will be difference divided by original into 100%. So difference is, we get a difference of 5 by r square. Original is 4 by r square into 100. By r square, the 25. So it will be 125 square. It's clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you just find the old volume and then you find the new volume. Then you find the difference, okay? It's very important to find that difference. And in order to find the change in the volume, you just divide that difference with the original volume and then multiply it with the 100%, right? Since we have to find it in terms of percent. Similarly, we can find it for surface area also. Find the number of lead balls of 1 centimeter each in diameter, okay? That can be made from a sphere of diameter 12 centimeter. Okay. Find the number of lead balls of 1 centimeter each in diameter that can be made from a sphere of diameter of centimeter. Now we have a very big sphere. Okay. These are the raw materials having a diameter 12 centimeter. Okay. And using this sphere or the material, we'll convert it into small numbers of spheres. And all of these spheres are identical, okay? It has a diameter of 1 centimeter. Each of these diameter has each of this sphere has a diameter of 1 centimeter. We don't know how many numbers of spheres can be made out of this, okay? We have to find that n number of spheres. So since the volume, the material of the sphere is fixed, right? There's no increase or decrease in the volume or the quantity of the sphere, right? In the volume of the matter or the material is used to produce the lead balls. So the formula will be, the relation will be like this. Volume of this sphere is equal to n into volume of lead balls. Nah? So we just have to find n, where n is the number of lead balls that can be produced, okay? So kindly solve this question and let me know the answer also. Find the number of lead balls of 1 centimeter each in diameter that can be made from a sphere of diameter of 12 centimeter. Anyone manage to get the answer? What is the answer? So here we know that the volume of a sphere is nothing but 4 pi 3 pi r. Just consider this as the capital T, okay? And it's equal to n into 4 by 3 pi r cube, right? So 4 by 3 you can cancel on either side. Pi you can cancel. Now equal to r cube by r cube. So r is how much? Radius is diameter 12 centimeters. So radius will be half of that, right? It will be 6 into 6 into 6 divided by diameter is for small one is 1 centimeter. So it will be 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, right? So it will be 6 into 6 into 6 is equal to 216, right? It will be 6 cube into 2 cube. 6 into 8 will be 1728. So we can produce 1,728 numbers of small spheres, okay? The questions that we'll be doing from volumes and surface area, okay? In exam time, they might ask you like something relating to spheres and cone also, okay? So that will be 4 by 3 by r cube, something related to, something very related to by r squared h, na? There was one topic that I wanted to discuss a bit. Is there any confusion from this section? Area, surface area, and volume? No. This is not a very important topic from the point of competitive exam, but I was asked to teach a very basic way to understand logarithms, okay? So some of you might have come across logarithm in high schools also, we study a bit. So try to understand what the logarithm is, okay? Now suppose there is a number, okay? There is a number which is a, okay? And this a is any positive real number, okay? It's a positive real number. So we know that what a real number is, right? So any number is considered as real number, which is anything apart from, say, 5 by 0, anything which has a denominator 0, which has negative, which is inside root of negative now, which is root of negative are unreal number, okay? These are unreal. There are two types of unreal numbers. So any number which is divided by 0 or which is under square root of negative, these are considered as unreal numbers. Now, apart from that, any number is considered as a real number, okay? So if A is a positive real number, which means it's not negative, okay? A positive real number other than 1, and it must not be 1, and AM is equal to X, okay? So this M is nothing but logarithm A of X. Suppose I'll try to give you an example. We have a number 1000 could be there. We have a number 1000. Now we know that 1000 can be written as 10 to the power 3, right? So logarithm base 10, okay? Base 10 of 1000 will be equal to 3. You got it? So a logarithm base 10 of 1000 will be equal to 3. Now suppose we have a number, say 81. So we know that 81 is 9 square, right? Or it can be 3 to the power 4. Now if 81 is considered as 9 square, then we'll write it as logarithm base 9 of 81 is equal to 2. And logarithm base 4, base 3 of 81 is equal to 4. Okay? So logarithmic value gives the value of power, okay? Logarithmic value gives the value of power. Is it clear with this part? I don't want to complicate you with this topic.
Yes,
Nah? So this is what the logarithm is, nah? So logarithm gives the value of power, okay? And it's even applicable to fraction, okay? Now we have a number, say 1 by 8. So 1 by 8 to come as a 1 to the power 3, right? So this means it's 2 to the power minus 3, right? If denominator becomes numerator or numerator becomes denominator, we raise it to the power minus, right? So logarithm, right? Logarithm of base 2 and the number is 1 by 8. The answer will get as minus 3. So logarithm is nothing but the power only, okay? The value, finding the value of power. So in logarithm, there are some formulas, okay? Just formulas, common way of understanding. So if logarithm has a base A and the value is xy, na? So logarithmic base A x plus logarithm log B, log base A y. So if there is a logarithm where the number is a product of two numbers, okay? If the number is a product of two numbers, then we can separate it in terms of addition. Nah? For example, logarithm base 2 6 as a nah. Example would be, let's just write here logarithm base 2 6 as a. So this one we can write it as logarithm base 2 6 can be 3 into 2, right? So if you want to solve it, you can just write directly logarithm base 2 3 plus logarithm base 2 into 2. Huh? Similarly, it is even applicable to division also, okay? X by y is equal to log base a x minus log base a y. So you have to remember that here the base has to be same, okay? The base has to be same. If the base are not same, then we can't use this formula, nah? So yeah. For example, one example we can give is if say suppose we have a log base 7 by 3, nah? Log base a. So it will be log base a 7 minus log base b 3, okay? So this is how it will be, okay? If there's a product, then if we can add it, we can separate the log and then add it. And if it is If it is division, then we will subtract it. Now, log x is equal to 1, okay? If the base and the number has the same value, then log becomes 1. For example, log base 10, 10 will be 1, nah? Or log base 23, 23 will be 1. Because this is the third formula. For this, log with any base, okay? Log with any base of 1 is equal to 0. So log base 9, 1 will be 0. Now example. These are examples, okay? I'm just showing you examples. So this is the fourth formula. And now log base a x to the power b, okay, will be equal to b into example is have a log a, okay, and we have a number 9. So we have a number 9. Now the value of log base a9. So log base 9, log base a 9 will be 3 square, right? So this square can be taken out of it, out of context, okay? So 2 log base a 3, okay? This is the fifth formula. Log 10 of 9, log base 10 of 9 is equal to 1 by log base 9 of. So this is how in logarithm the formulas are used, okay? We won't try to solve it. Log base of a product of two numbers, it becomes addition. Nah? When it comes to division, it can be separated and formed into subtraction. Nah? If the base and the number has the same value, the log value becomes 1. Nah? And log with any base, okay, log with any base of number which is 1 will become automatically 0. And log with any base with a number with a square, then the square will be multiplied. No, multiply group. And if we change the base in the number, we will divide it. It becomes division. You so log is not no way of solving the questions and stuff, but it's a way to differentiate also. Okay, the way you understand is also a bit different when it comes to log. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Remember what I've taught you, na? Usually they don't ask anything from log, so I just 6 or 7 formulas that I've listed down. To another topic called true discounts, okay? Or do you want to practice one, two questions from logarithm? Should we do it just to clarify the concept?
Yes, sir.
Take a second. Let's just do one or two questions. We'll do the true discounts tomorrow, okay? Suppose we are asked to evaluate a number like this, okay? Evaluate log base 3, 27. Now we have to find out what the value is, right? We have to find the value of x. Let's just say log base 3 of 27, so x consider korbe na. Then we know how to the power x becomes 27, right? Now 3 to the power x is equal to 27 to kill us. 3, right? 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27 cube root, right? So x is equal to 3. Yes,
Yes, sir.
now, yeah, let's just another example of logarithm base 7 of 1 by 343, okay? Now let's just consider as x, okay? This value as x. Now we know that logarithmic, so 1 by 343 whole to the power x must be equal to 7, right? To the logarithm. 7 all to the power x must be equal to 1 by 343. So in order to remove the log sign, right? The 7, the base to the power of the number becomes this value, right? So see, this is in the form of 343, it's in denominator, right? So 3x is equal to 343 all to the power minus 1, right? Now 7 to the power x is equal to, now you try to factorize this. 343 to kila 7 times kimana is 7 into 7 into 7 is 49, 7, 9, 7 is 63. Sum for the day, 23, 1, 23, right? 343. So we know that it's 7 to the power 3 all to the power minus 1, right? Which means 7x is equal to 7 to the power minus 3. So x becomes minus 2. Okay. Kindly try to find this solution. Log base of 100 of 0.01. Try to find the value of this. So But we'll just consider this as x, okay? So we'll have to find the value of x. Nah? So it's 100, right? Base is 100 to the power x must be equal to 0.01, right? Now 100 whole to the power x is equal to 0.01 is 1 by 100, right? Okay. So 100 to the power x is equal to 100 whole to the power 1, right? So what is x here? X is equal to -1. Clear? One thing, okay? And then in exam time, if they ask you to find out the log base 7 of 1, what is the answer here? Can anyone tell me? So it will always be 0, okay? If this 1 is 1, na kita 1 likhin ase, so it will automatically become 0, na? This is all okay from the section of logarithm, na? You want me to solve more, or this will do? I don't want to focus too much on this section, okay? Because this is not, usually they don't tend to ask this from this section.
Sir, enough.
Enough. Any doubts from today's class? If not,
No,
then
sir.
we'll wind up, okay? Cholo, everyone.
Thank you, sir.